Holy crap. You can't see this, but oh my god, Mike's dock is underwater. The surf has come over the bulkhead. It's just underwater. The wind's crazy. This tree's going fast. So if you've seen any of the video footage from Oak Island after this hurricane, it's just a disaster. The beach is just, the dunes just washed up onto the road. They took cars with them, overturned cars, overturned houses, pieces of houses out in the road. It's just a big mess. Out here in the canal, we definitely have a lot of damage, a lot of wood just floating around. And both my kayaks floated away. My neighbor's floating dock right here, you can see it floated away. It's gone. The one next to it, you can see it there, but that's not connected. They were able to tie it down. We tied it down that night. So here I'm actually going out to find my other kayak. I had seen it over in some marshy area, so I was just going to go over there and try to get, I first got the blue one borrowing my neighbor's canoe, actually, Mike's canoe, and then I just waited for the high tide to come up because it was stuck really far back there. I'm just trying to push through the grass. I don't have the paddles either. I lost those, so I'm just using one off my boat. And I'm just trying to get to it. I actually ended up just pulling on the grass to pull myself in there. You can see I'm like wrestling with this tree, trying to get the rope out. I just had a piece of rope and I tied it around the front of the kayak, and then I just started paddling backwards. The boat didn't really want to participate, but so I had to kind of get out in the water after I tied it on, and I'd paddle out, and then I'd pull with a rope, and of course that would pull my kayak in towards the red boat, but the red boat would come a little bit too. So it was this kind of game of kind of cat and mouse with my kayaks, trying to get it off the grass there. Here I am paddling out backwards, trying to rescue this thing. And you know, it's not in bad shape. I mean, they're just plastic, right? So it's not in bad shape there. I'm trying to pull it in, and it's coming a little bit, but you can see I'm getting closer and closer to the grass myself, so I'm going to have to paddle back out and then give it another pull. I had to do this a couple times. I got covered in this mud and muck, and it smells. I mean, the canal is really littered with just trash. There's garbage bags. I saw a bag of Miracle Grow out there, like a full bag of Miracle Grow. Gas canisters, propane containers floating by, just plastic, wood. There's all kinds of debris out there. So if you're going to get your boat out, take any kind of boat out there, I think you should wait, because if you had like just a regular, power boat, you could probably hit something pretty hard and mess it up. So I finally got the kayak back out. Not in bad shape. Some of the stuff was, the whistle's still there. So, it can be used. Then I had to go out. I couldn't believe it was going to rain. Like the sky, it's like thunder and everything like that. But I'm like, I got to go out and see if I can find my paddle. So I'm just using this stupid little orange one. And I just went down the canal, and I couldn't believe it. I actually saw a little bit of yellow in some grass, and I paddled over, and it was there. And I was like so psyched. I'm like, the little things in life that make you happy, right? But I'm like, well, now at least I can fish in the canal without having to go out and buy a new paddle. And wow, how much better these things work than that silly little orange thing. So I figured, let me just go around and just take a little tour and see what's going on. A lot of damage, like every other dock, every other floating dock damaged. I don't think this video is really going to do a good job of demonstrating it, but if you can just see right there to the left, you can see that whole dock is just busted down into the water. This is a floating dock that got away, and you can see that is also broken in half, and half it's sitting in the water. And this just like dock after dock as I'm going down the canal and just looking at pieces, just totally messed up. This dock again in the water. This area probably got hit really hard. This water came up and went into their yards, probably into their houses. So that's why the floating docks came. This is probably the worst scene right here. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but there's 3 floating docks there on this guy's yard. I guess they all just kind of went down and settled there. And not only are there 3 floating docks, but there's a boat in his yard as well. Here, right there to the left, you see that white boat? It's actually sitting up on the grass above the bulkhead. I guess after the water went back, it just dropped everything right there in this guy's yard. So he's got all these floating docks, and of course the dock next to it's broke. The white one here with the railing hanging down, that was probably the floating dock that's up there. It's probably underneath that. So that can be fixed. I mean, they can pull that floating dock over. It's just, just a hassle. Hopefully everyone's safe. That's really what's important. Here's another spot where there was a floating dock and there's not a floating dock anymore. I mean, they just floated right off the pilings. That's really what it comes down to. So I guess what comes to fishing right now, which is probably the least of the important things going on, it's not really going to happen in the surf. I think the beach from 40th Street all the way to the point is closed. I mean, I guess I could go up to the east side and do some surf fishing, but it just doesn't seem appropriate right now with all this stuff going on. A lot of damage, a lot of people lost, parts of their houses, their cars, and all this stuff. So for now, we're just going to take a little break, and we'll get back to fishing later on. But that's what's going on Oak Island. I hope you guys have been safe, and we'll see you soon. All right.